how to introduce yourself in French. So we will do présentation in French. It means like introduce yourself in French. Présentation. So let's get started with the présentation, the how to introduce yourself in French. This is bonjour, like classic word. You have to say it bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So I think this is not that hard to say, and you can try to say it in front of your computer. Bonjour. Like it means good day. Literally, it means good day. Like bon jour. So if you want to try to say bonjour, like there is this annoying R at the end of bonjour. Bonjour. Can you hear it? Bonjour. So basically, this is quite hard when you start learning French, and don't focus too much on that. Just try to mimicate my bonjour, but it's okay if you don't say it. So basically, bonjour is like when you say good morning. You can use it when you say, like you meet someone for the first time in the morning, but also in the afternoon. We don't have words for good afternoon. You use it for the morning and the afternoon. And if you really want to say something for the evening, you can say bonsoir, bonsoir. Like instead of jour, jour means day. Like you can see here, bonjour. You have bon, it means good in French, and jour, it means day, like a day. So it's mean literally good day, but you can use it for like for good morning or good afternoon. So basically, this is the word that you're gonna use. But sometimes, like bonjour, it's sometimes a bit too polite. So if you want to use a word with your French friends, like your friends, you should use one other word. This word is, maybe you know it. This word is salut. 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 So you can use either bonjour or salut. Salut. So yeah, bonjour or bonsoir or salut. Salut it's more with friends, and bonjour is more with like informal situations or people you meet for the first time. So basically, if you have a doubt, if you have any doubt, just use bonjour. It will be always okay if you use it, even if it's with friends. If you meet someone for the first time, like I don't know, like your boss or something, it's better to use bonjour instead of salut. So if you want to remember just one word, just remember bonjour, bonjour. So you can say bonjour or salut. So I just say salut to everybody, salut, salut, because I guess we're friends, so I can use salut instead of bonjour. It would be too formal if I use bonjour, but it's still okay if I use it. So you know how to say hi in French, but what you need to know now is like you want to say your name. Like you cannot just say hi and then nothing. You need to know how to say your name. So next time is how to say my name is. And in French, if you want to say my name is, you will use this sentence, je m'appelle, and then you add your name. So for me, it would be je m'appelle Pierre. Je m'appelle Pierre. So the meaning of this sentence is a bit different than just my name is, because here you can see je, and je is the French equivalent of I. And then when you say m'appelle, it's a bit like I, like to be called. So when you say je m'appelle, it means my name is, like it means I am called, and then you add your name. So basically, if you want to say your name, you just say je m'appelle Pierre. So I'm gonna say it once again. Bonjour, bonjour, je m'appelle Pierre. Bonjour, je m'appelle Pierre. Or salut, je m'appelle Pierre. Salut. So we know how to say your name. You know how to say your name. You know how to say hi. We want to know how to say nice to meet you. And nice to meet you in French is a bit different. Like we have a lot of sentences, like expressions to say nice to meet you, and maybe they would be really complicated for you. So we'll just introduce the easiest one, enchanté, enchanté. Here you can see enchanté, enchanté, which is not the most, like French people will not use it always. Usually they would prefer saying more polite sentences like ravi de faire ta connaissance. But here, this is the most common thing that you need to do. So here you see enchanté, and I've put the exclamation point here, because usually when you write it, you always put the exclamation point, and you can see there is a little space, like in French, there is always a space when you write exclamation points. So enchanté, enchanté. So it means something like, it's an adjective, but here it's more like something that you just say. So you don't care if it's an adjective or not. It's more like an interjection. So you say enchanté, and it means like I'm glad, like something like glad or delighted. So when you say that, it's like, okay, I'm delighted to meet you. So you just say enchanté. So I think this is a good one to remember as a beginner, enchanté. Enchanté. I know it's really hard to pronunciate when you're not French. So try to repeat it. Enchanté. Enchanté. Okay. If you can try to do it, it's okay if it's not like 100% similar to me, but as long as a French person can understand what you mean, this is good. Like the accent is the last thing that you need to worry about when you start learning a language. So in enchanté, you see that like there is two N, enchanté. But in French, those N, you don't say it. Like when there is a E before N or A before N, this is a brand new sound. This is en, the sound en, en, enchanté. Can you hear it? Enchanté. And en is really hard to say. So basically, just remember enchanté. Oh, I've got one word that you can use, an English word that you can use if you want to know how to pronunciate enchanté. Enchanté. You know the word, like there is a song like chandelier, chandelier from Sia. This song, chandelier, this is from a French word that is using the same sound, chant, en. And chandelier is from the French one, chandelier. But in English, you still do the same pronunciation, chandelier. So if you can say chandelier, you can hear that the en in chandelier is the same than the en, the French en. So when you want to say enchanté, you just remember chandelier, like the en of chandelier, and you can remember enchanté. Yeah, like good question. En and an, it's the same sound. Even for French speaker, it's exactly the same sound. So just don't focus too much on that. So we've seen enchanté. Bonjour, je m'appelle Pierre, enchanté. Or salut, je m'appelle Pierre, enchanté. When you are a woman, you have to put an additional E at the end of enchanté, because as I said, it's an adjective. And an adjective in French, you have to change if it's plural or if it's masculine or feminine. So with just the accent, enchanté, it's like a boy, like a man who's saying that. But if you say enchanté with the E, like it's exactly the same pronunciation, you don't focus. It's just like when you write it. You add an E at the end. Oh, here there is a little mistake. The accent is on the first E, and then you've got just a classic E. So here you see E with the E. It's like for girls. So now you know how to say nice to meet you. So maybe I ask you where you're from. So maybe you want to say where are you from in French. So the next step is how you say where you're from. So like you have to say like I am from France, as I said, so I'm gonna say it in French. I will say je suis français. Je suis français. So when I say je suis français, je suis français, je suis français. So here you put your nationality. When I say that, it means like I am French or so this is something that you can say. So I'm gonna write it to show you how I can write for French. So like je suis français. Je suis français. Je suis français. I wrote it with the wrong hand, but anyway, I hope you can read it. Je suis français. So here you can see this little thing done the C. It's something like, it means like it's like a S. It's like, don't focus too much on that. It's really weird in French. But je suis français. This is how you say it if I want to say it. Like you're from France. But I guess you are not from France. So you want to know how to say it in other languages. You say brésilien. So I'm going to write it. Brésilien. Brésilien. So this is, if I want to say Brazilian, you say Brésilien. German. It's really different in French. Like this is allemand. I don't really know why in French we use this word instead of like something related to German or Deutschland, like in German. But we've got our own words, and this is one of the only nationality that we have a really different word. But for Brazilian, it's really easy. So Brazilian, German, Brésilien, Allemand. Don't forget the accent. I hope you can see it. And French, American. So like I'm gonna write it again. Américain. Américain. So I hope you can read my writing. Like Somali, this is the name of the country. So if you want to say you're from like the nationality Somali, you want to say Somalien. 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 So you need to add the N like this, the EN, or this AIN, or the AND. These are the classic endings for nationality, but the most common one is EN. So if you like, it's like in English when you say Brazilian or Somalian, except that in French it's not AN but EN. So basically, you can translate almost all nationality with AN by just putting EN instead. And the pronunciation is en. But here, because there is EIEN, it's yen, yen. Somalien. Brésilien. Brésilien. Okay? Just one last thing. If you're a girl, you need to add an E at the end of this. And for when it ends with N, you need to add another N and then an E. So you cannot read it properly, but here you just add an N and then the E if you're a girl. So be careful with that. Brésilienne, 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 américaine, algérienne, allemande, allemande. So here, when you add the E, it's not silent anymore. So, you know how to say now your nationality. I hope you will remember. So if you're a girl, don't forget to put the E at the end. So, quick summary of what we've seen so far. Bonjour, je m'appelle Pierre, je suis français, enchanté. Bonjour, je m'appelle Pierre, je suis français, enchanté. So, you add your name. Je suis, bonjour, je m'appelle Oscar, je suis chilien, enchanté. And again, don't forget that I put in the description some free PDF lessons that you can find. I have access to them, and you will find a lot of vocabularies related to many different themes that are really important when you start learning a language. So basically, you can have lessons on travel, business, or like school related vocabulary, like family, if you want to say like all the members of your family. So you can have those PDF like free access, and you will see all the lesson that you need to have. So this is quite good for you. So I hope you will enjoy those those free PDF. À bientôt. Like, bye everybody. Au revoir or à bientôt. Au revoir. Bye.